Greetings, this is Pastor Carlin Hours here at First Lutheran in Pontiac. This is the Thinking Christian, our common sense theology. We're glad you're with us today. I want to talk to you about the second commandment. The second commandment perhaps is the most misunderstood commandment of all. Now, people have made it out, and what is the second commandment? You shall not take the name of the Lord your God in vain. Now, a lot of people have done this and said, oh, this is saying OMG, or this is saying Jesus in a certain way, or, giving God a last name that starts with a D, if you understand what I'm saying. Those things are encompassed, and that's not nice, and we shouldn't do it, but it's much bigger than actually that. It goes back to an ancient concept called barat karut, which I'm probably slaughtering the Hebrew here, but it's where we get the root term for the carotid artery. And if you cut the carotid artery, what happens? Unless you're right there with 100 doctors, you're probably not going to make it. You're going to bleed out really quick. But what it means is to cut a deal, basically. So what we would do is we would make a deal. I wanted to buy something off you, you off me. Well, how do we know we're going to follow our part of the deal? Well, we would go to the magistrate, and generally the magistrate was a priest at the time. And they would scrawl the deal, left to right, by the way God intended to write, in Hebrew on a little cylinder. And then they would put another clay cylinder outside of that, wrap that one in another one, and they would scrawl the same thing. Well, why do you say, well, that's double? Why do that? Because you might change the outside. You might try to cheat and do that, but you can't change the inside. So we know somebody's lying if that happens. But here's the thing. We would go and we would say, okay, I want to buy this such and such. Here's the price. Magistrate writes it down. Then what do? We go and we cut the deal, which is we swear by the name of our God with a sacrifice, more than likely a burnt sacrifice. And we cut the animal in half. You swear to God, I swear to God. And we what? Swear by the name of our God, because can't swear by ourselves, got to swear by something much bigger. Well, here's the thing. If we do not fulfill our part of the bargain after swearing and taking what? The name of God upon it, we think God's name is trash and dirt, and we treat it that way, so therefore we have what? Taking God's name in vain. In the waters of baptism, we take the name of Christ upon us as Christians. And therefore, when we act terribly, when we are less than what we should be in the world, what are we doing? We are taking the name of Christ in vain because we think Christ's name means nothing. It is worthless. And always remember, the only possession that God has is His name. That's all He needs is His name, but it is the most precious possession in the entire universe. And if there's more than one universe, then it's the most precious thing in multiple universes, God's name. And we are not to take it in vain and treat it like trash and drag it through the mud. I pray today that God would bless and keep you this day.